Little Miss Bossy is bossy. Bossier than the bossiest person you know. She is also very rude. Nearly as rude as Mr. Uppity, which is very rude indeed. She never says please, and she never says thank you. Like the time she met Mr. Sneeze. Achoo! Sneeze, Mr. Sneeze. Stop sneezing, ordered Little Miss Bossy. I can't achoo! Help it, replied Mr. Sneeze. Nonsense, said Little Miss Bossy. Like the time she met Little Miss Chatterbox. Good morning, said Little Miss Chatterbox. Lovely day, isn't it? Just the right weather for a walk. Talking about the weather. Be quiet, ordered Little Miss Bossy. And like the time she tripped over Mr. Small. Ow! You're too small, exclaimed Little Miss Bossy. I can't, said Mr. Small. Then get out of my way in future, ordered Little Miss Bossy. Poor Mr. Sneeze, poor Little Miss Chatterbox, and poor Mr. Small. It was Mr. Small who decided that something had to be done. He went to see Little Miss Magic, and once he had explained the problem, she agreed to teach Little Miss Bossy a lesson. And I think I know just how to do it, she replied. The next day, Little Miss Bossy bumped into Mr. Greedy. You're too big, she cried. Lose some weight. At the same time, Little Miss Magic, who had followed Little Miss Bossy, muttered a very magic word. And do you know what happened? Of course you don't. But you do now. Who are you calling big? Laughed Mr. Greedy. You have to take a look at yourself. Little Miss Bossy was lost for words. As soon as Mr. Greedy had gone, Little Miss Magic muttered some more magic words, and Little Miss Bossy returned to normal. Further down the lane, Little Miss Bossy passed Mr. Cheerful's gate. He was painting stripes on his house to cheer it up. That looks ridiculous, snapped Little Miss Bossy. Paint over those stripes. Little Miss Magic whispered the very magic word again. Mr. Cheerful started to chuckle. You have to look at yourself. He laughed. Little Miss Bossy did. She was covered in stripes. In her hiding place, Little Miss Magic smiled to herself. Next, she met Little Miss Splendid. What a stupid hat, she said. Go and put on something more sensible. Little Miss Magic uttered the magic word again, and I'm sure you can guess what happened next.
Speak for yourself, Miss Bossy.
Said Little Miss Splendid, bursting into laughter. And for the third time that day, Little Miss Bossy was lost for words. Just then, Mr. Small came along. Having a nice day? He asked. Mind your own business, Pip squeaked, snapped Little Miss Bossy. And who are you to call me Pipsqueak? Said Mrs. Ball, and chuckled. Haven't you learned your lesson yet? Little Miss Magic came out from behind the tree where she was hiding. Squeaked Little Miss Bossy. You have to say the magic word, replied Little Miss Magic. Squeaked Little Miss Bossy. No, that's not the magic word I was thinking of. I'm sure you know what the magic word is, but it took Little Miss Bossy a bit longer to think of it. She said eventually. And did she learn her lesson? Well, she learned one lesson. Little Miss Bossy is still just as bossy as ever. But at least she now says please. Go to sleep! Please.